Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, what do you think this old tin used to contain? If you think biscuits, you'd be wrong. If you think tea, you'd be wrong. Here's a clue. Now, English people from this name will probably know. It's mustard. Moutarde. So this fabulous old tin has dog decoration around the sides, which is great. You can see all these different dogs. You come in and take a look, Trace. You can see the dogs here. You can see better from there, Tracy, which is this
St. Bernard.
St. Bernard, yeah. It is rather worn, but it's a very old tin. Setter, English setter, that'll be. Okay.
Bulldog.
He's fab, isn't he? Look at him.
Yeah, he's really good.
And the bulldog, great. And finishing with
Fox Terrier.
Fox Terrier. Okay, as you can see, the lid is rather worn, where people have lifted it over the years, and it's worn away here. The which dog it is, but we're not sure of this one.
Looks like a border collie to me.
Be a border collie, yeah. Okay, and inside here, get the lid up. Now, Coleman's used a yellow background to their advertising, and they had a bull in it. I think that it's very, very worn, this label, as you can see, but I think that's possibly the bull in there. And on here we have J.J. Coleman. The company was founded in 1814 by Jeremiah Coleman, and he was joined in 1823 by his son James. So they became J&J, so that's J's. And it's got a royal warrant in 1866, so you can see on there it says "to the King." And judging by the age of this, I think this is probably going to be King Edward VII, who was 1901 to 1910, possibly going into George V from 1910 onwards. But I think this is probably so much wear on it and the style of it, I think it's probably going to be Edward VII. That Edwardian period, so that would probably have been on the shelf in the Downton Abbey kitchens, which is because it's such a big amount of mustard, it's probably in the kitchens at Downton Abbey, I would think. Fabulous old tin. It
was in powdered form in those days, which was, I actually find it quite easy to use powdered mustard. It's quite a bit more forgiving, I think, than using the sort that's in the jars.
Powdered in a tin like this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you're using it for things like cheese straws or macaroni cheese or whatever you're using it for, it's much easier in a way to measure it out with a teaspoon or...
Yeah, so that was probably in the Downton Abbey kitchens.
Or similar.
We went there years ago, didn't we? Highclere Castle.
Highclere Castle, yeah.
Castle near Newbury, on Homeland.
That was before there was Downton Abbey.
Oh, yeah,
that's a very long time ago.
30 years ago, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah. So there we go. Fabulous old mustard tin. Okay, next we have this lovely pair of brass candlesticks, 19th century, baluster form, with sconces at the top. These can be detachable. They probably are detachable, but they're quite solid in there. I'm not going to pull them about too much. Simple form, but beautiful pair of candlesticks, probably 150 years old. Nice weight in brass, and the good thing about these, of course, is they're as usable today as they were 150 years ago. We use our candlesticks all the time. Just great to use your antiques when you can, and these are a perfect example of usable antiques. Next we have this lovely little Medici style garden urn, very heavy in cast iron, and this reminds us of a story. Years ago, about 30 years ago, when I first started dabbling with antiques, we had a larger one of these and we took it up to Bonham's in London, didn't we? Chelsea.
Which is a very posh
antique
room.
Antique auction house. And we took this big Medici style urn in, and the guy was looking at it for us, and he turned it up, and as he turned it over, all the stuff from the inside fell out. We didn't realise there was a load of stuff still in the bottom. So Bonham's all over their carpet and all over his posh shoes, he had all this muck. But he was very nice about it, Tracy, wasn't he?
He was lovely, actually, and how he kept a straight face.
It was quite funny.
Throughout the whole proceeding. It was a room full of people taking their posh antiques to be evaluated and valued. And
he told us at the time that they used to make similar vases out of old Eastern European tanks. They used to use the metal to make these Medici style vases. So that was quite interesting.
They look the part.
They do, yeah.
But,
this one we think
and
is,
we're very light.
Yeah, this is old. This
well.
is very heavy cast iron ones. It's going to be older. Charming little urn. But anyway, very interesting little story about our shenanigans at Bonham's auction house in Chelsea.
And while we're on that point, it might just be worth saying that don't be worried about taking taking your items to be valued to a posh auction house. It doesn't matter how posh the auction house is. Their job is just to sell.
Yeah.
So if you have something that you think is of value or you need it valuing, then they're just as good as anywhere.
Very nice there, actually.
Yeah, they were. He was very nice.
Stuff, I used to buy in France years ago, and I'd take stuff to Lots Road, which is just around the corner. Lots Road auction house.
Yeah.
Up in Chelsea.
I think you tend to you can build up a relationship with certain auction houses. They are definitely all different, and there's different characters fronting them, and also there's a different level of knowledge at different houses. Some specialise in certain things as well, but you need to find one that you get along with and that you like.
We didn't actually buy this to sell. We bought this for the garden. We're going to put it out somewhere. Now, what are you going to do with it, Tracy?
I'm going to put some little mascari bulbs in it. I'll probably actually have it in the house with those in it.
Yeah?
And then, yeah, do something with it later.
Right. It'll look splendid. Splendid little urn. Now, can you guess what is in here? Funny little shaped leather pouch. In here, we have some pince-nez. Pince-nez, which is from the French pinch nose. And these, you might want to come in for this, Tracy. You sit on the, supposed to sit on the bridge of your nose. I can't ever get them on properly there. I have to walk around with my head in here, but there we go.
I think you look down through them, don't you?
Yeah, they never sit very well on my snout. But yeah, little pince-nez. These are reading ones. They are prescription. And they are actually from Coutances. I can see on there from, I need a magnifier really, hang on. Hinard de Lune, 2 to 5 Rue de Saint-Pierre, Coutances, just up the road. So they haven't travelled very far. These are going to date probably from around the turn of the century, around 1900. They were quite popular then. And through the Victorian times, but I think this pair, in nice condition, they're going to date to around probably 1900. They have a little ring there that you can attach a ribbon or a chain to, and you'd have it on your person, so when they fall off, they're not going to smash on the floor. But we do sell, we always try and find these little glasses, and they sell quite well for us. The ones you want to be looking out for is anything with colour. Excuse me, green or especially blue. If you can find Victorian glasses with a blue tint, they can be worth a fortune, can't they, Tracy?
Yeah.
Fortunes, £200–300 probably for a pair of nice blue tinted Victorian glasses. So if you're out and about thrifting or antiquing, look out for the coloured blue and coloured green. That's a little bit of a
grey as well as another colour they come in.
That's a bit of a premium to the price. So there we are, charming little pair of pince-nez, little glasses from Coutances.
Very popular with steampunks.
Yeah, very popular.
Or for Victorian people who like costuming.
Costumers, yeah.
Victorian, Edwardian.
Sold a number of them over the years. But find them again in good condition is difficult.
Yeah, there often is a bit of damage to them.
This pair, I've cleaned them up. They're quite dirty, but they're in very good condition, ready to go for your steampunk Victorian costume. Okay, here we have Tracy's pilfered piece of the week. She found this piece. Now this is a Stuart Crystal vase with a central
frog. Flower frog.
Rivet frog. Central flower frog.
It just separates the flowers so that you can rearrange them better. You don't have to use it.
Stuart Crystal, really lovely quality piece, and of course the best way to test for crystal is rings like a bell. Lovely quality. It's got The etching for Stuart Crystal just down here, and somewhere you said on the bowl itself. Tracy,
It's on the bowl on the base as well.
on the base. Another bit of advice with crystal, like Waterford crystal and Edinburgh crystal, they tend to put the little etched maker's mark very, very small.
Tiny.
Often get missed in antique shops, and you've got to have a good look around with your eyeglass because it can be hardly seeable. But have a good look, because this you got this for a really good price, didn't you, Tracy?
Yeah, well, I wasn't buying it for the shop. I was buying it for us. But
You got a great price
I
on it,
didn't
really.
actually know it was Stuart Crystal. I just saw it, lifted it up. You could tell the quality of it. It screamed out quality, and thought, yeah, we'll have that. And it's only as we were paying for it and walking away and I was wrapping it that I saw the Stuart Crystal mark
Yeah.
on the frog, and then I knew there'd be one on the base.
So the one
So I
on the
looked for
base,
it when I got home.
I can't see it.
It's
there
tiny, the one on the
with
base.
naked eye, so it's
Yeah,
always worth
it
having
is.
a little magnifier with you, because it just gives you that edge.
But like I say, it hadn't been priced as it would have been
Yeah.
for Stuart Crystal, although we are in France and they don't put such a premium on English ware,
No.
English or British ware, so
Lovely piece.
understandably. But yeah, it's very nice.
Tracy's pilfered piece.
Yeah, I'll be using that for
Beautiful crystal
Christmas.
bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had a very audacious crime perpetrated against me this week. Tracy bought me a lovely
Lint.
Lindt chocolate, lovely Lindt chocolate
Advent calendar.
And because it was 1st of December the other day, I thought, we'd
Well,
open.
let's just see. You actually waited nearly a week to open your Advent calendar. That was
I
the
waited
first
till the 1st of
mistake.
December. That's what people
Oh,
do.
yeah, but-
Normal people.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to open my Advent calendar. It's cellophane wrapped, as it would be, tight cellophane wrap. You know what it's like trying to get that off. I couldn't get it off, so I went to the kitchen, get a pair of scissors, get up that cellophane, get the cellophane off. I go to day number 1, open the door, nothing there. I said, that can't be. That was cellophane wrapped. There's no way that can be missing from there. And Tracy, master criminal, had been in the back, been at the cellophane.
No, not at the back. That would be an amateur. You follow the seam along the sides. You peel it back. You go into the back so that it doesn't look like anything's wrong. You cut through with a craft knife. You take out the chocolates. Then you put it all back and you use double-sided tape to stick down the cellophane. It's invisible. You couldn't tell. I was waiting for you to get it, but you just didn't.
I just didn't expect this to happen.
So I took 2.
Well, I should have expected that to happen by now, shouldn't I?
Well, it's your fault for waiting a week to open it.
Well, what about the great Easter egg scandal? I should have known from that.
Well, that really was my moment of glory.
This is where Tracy's mum and dad, Tracy's dad and Tracy had their Easter eggs and they ate them, of course, on the day. And Tracy's mum used to like to hold it
To
back.
lord it over us and
Yeah.
to hold it back and say, I haven't even opened mine yet. Oh, how good am I? Look, I don't feel like a bit of chocolate today. I'll just wait.
And she'd had a very posh Easter egg, hadn't she?
Hugely expensive, and it was massive.
And what
My
did
dad
you
had
do?
bought her a lovely one.
What did you do?
Oh, not just me, because my dad was involved as well.
Tracy managed.
We opened the very posh box. We took out the egg, which was in like one of those plastic
foil.
moulded casings. So you open that, then we opened the foil very carefully and started every day. We took a little bit more of the chocolate, of the egg, until we'd finished completely one side. At this point, my mum was still lording it over us about how terrible we were. We'd eaten all our Easter eggs on day 1 and how she still had all of hers left. But if we were good, she would let us have some of hers when she opened it. But still, she didn't open it. So we ate the other half of the chocolate shell. But we did leave her the chocolates.
Oh, that's very generous.
And on the day when she finally said, oh, I think I'll open my egg today, or I might give you two a little bit.
You've got the foil just moulded.
Oh, yeah,
nicely.
the foil had been pushed back into the mould, so it looked to all intents and
Very
purposes
professional.
perfect. And then when she opened it on the day and found all the chocolate egg gone and just the chocolates left, she was appalled at our behaviour.
I should think so.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
That was the start of my life of crime.
I think you started that very young because, I mean, think from the age when you could probably crawl, you were getting into Christmas presents, weren't you?
I did start on Christmas presents quite young, yeah.
Christmas presents, it's not possible to get her a Christmas present that she doesn't find and have the corner off. She knows them all, everything, don't you?
I don't know why people wait.
Well, because it's the fun of opening on the day, surely. Not when you know everything that you've got.
No, the fun is to open it beforehand and seal it back up and
But
put
there's
it
no
back.
surprise on Christmas Day, is there?
I've already had the surprise when I've opened it ahead of time. And I have the extra joy of knowing that you don't know that I've opened it. And I already know what I've got.
Very, very cunning. Devious. That's what I've got to put up with, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we better leave it at that.
I think Rowena will know that this is definitely my trait, not to wait.
Yeah.
She knows me so well. Rowena, on the other hand, would wait until the day. Rowena and Gary. Yeah, she would wait until the day. She would not open it early. She would not open her presents, I'm sure.
Do.
No, most people don't. I think most people do open their presents. They sneak. It's something we all did as children. You must have done it as a child.
No, that was
You
very good.
must have
That was very good.
cut the sellotape, had it open, then put it all back in.
No, I don't have criminal tendencies like you.
Lack of imagination, I call it.
Anyway, we better leave it at that. And we better get off. If you're interested in any of our items, we sell on Etsy. We are Secret Chateau, and we have our own website, secretchateau.com. Please like and subscribe if you liked our little video, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.